So, when one decides in elementary school that they will be an author for the rest of their lives, one might expect creativity to come with ease. When one imagines and writes several stories and is praised by teachers, peers, and family alike, one might expect creativity to simply be a part of who they are. And naturally, when one such as this is asked to create an event of their own interest from scratch, one would think that this would be not such a daunting task for such a person. One would expect so, at least. I'm Izzy, and that someone isn't me. Before coming to semester in the city, I believed I had a fair sense of self, at least one expected of a college student, particularly as much as could be expected of an uninspired college sophomore who was desperately wishing for something to stick, at the very least. It's easy to summarize these contradictory selves I have had in one simple statement. Creativity was no longer a part of me. As much as I enjoyed creative writing and all the places my imagination could take me at first, I began to notice my ideas drying up as I grew older and slowly felt the fear and the doubts creep in that I didn't have any original ideas at all. It can be easy to imagine how creativity may not seem like such an important thing to someone, but for me, it used to be one of the greatest things I prided myself with. It was my freedom, it was who I was. Before coming to semester in the city, you could not have convinced me that I had it in me to create something incredible. Ever heard of Hedwig and the Angry Inch? If not, neither had I until this year. I ordered it on Netflix, laid back in my overly cozy bed, and watched something that I, in the moment, was sure not to fully grasp yet. The premise, extremely simplified, is that Hedwig, a transsexual rock star, is traveling across the world, trying on different identities, desperately struggling to find one that fits, and is waiting for other people or situations to illuminate what they believe to be their other half so that they could feel whole. I realized this dilemma of Hedwig stuck with me in trying to conceptualize my own struggle of planning this event out of thin air and trying to be something that I was not, aka creative. It was too broad, too much. I didn't know where to start or how to even make it something successful, let alone meaningful and personal to me. It was simply an extremely difficult assignment, and I was doomed from the start. At least that's what I thought. Slowly, very slowly, I began to reach out to colleagues who helped me understand the basics of planning such an event. And slowly I began to come up with a few ideas regarding climate change, communication, and education. And slowly I began to reach out to potentially interested panelists. And slowly we began to meet and figure out how to make this event meaningful for us all. And slowly it was a little more than just an assignment. And all at once we were creating. And it was beyond just the event. I was myself again, and creativity didn't have to mean just writing stories, and I could taste that amazing sense of creating freely. And besides the point of holding our event and absolutely crushing it, I realized a part of me that had been missing for so long was back again, and back to stay. And I know that made me just a little more whole. Know in your soul, like your blood knows the way from your heart to your brain, know that you're whole, is a line from Hedwig's final song, Midnight Radio. And in it, they finally hand off their wig and go walking into the street, finally accepting all parts of themselves they had previously believed to be contradictory, knowing that they've already found their other half in themselves. I know if Hedwig could possibly be here, they'd advise you never to put yourself in any box that might stop you from being your other half. I regard myself as one of the luckiest fellows amongst our group, not only for matching with the best possible organization I could imagine, but also for being able to start with them early and carry on with them further still. Even in a state of not fully knowing myself, it was easy right away to fall in love with the work we do and the amazing community we have created amongst each other. I remember stopping at one point during a staff meeting to think to myself, these people are the happiest people I've ever met, and I'm so happy to be able to know them. Maybe I could even be like them one day doing work like this that makes me feel truly alive. They helped me find another part of myself that I had thought was gone, and helped me understand that boxing yourself away into categories of things that you can and cannot be only holds you back from the things you truly value and following them. I credit them, alongside myself, for bringing creativity, passion, and imagination back into my life, and to have them no longer be just a faded childhood memory. And I credit them for helping me truly get Hedwig's message, even long after the movie ended, in a way that likely has some people who fully didn't understand the movie rolling their eyes. Transformation and finding yourself doesn't have to be a big thing. It can be as simple as handing off a wig and knowing your place and desires in the world. It can also be as simple as allowing creative freedom to turn your ideas into reality. Sometimes, even if it doesn't feel real in the moment, it will lead you to understanding yourself and who you are and just being a little bit more whole.